Hi, welcome to Teach Me Miss D. Now, I've been teaching for 12 years and I would like to say I haven't always been as organised as I am now. But the point I'm at now in my career, I can work full days at school. I tend to get in anywhere between 7:30 and 7:45, and I generally work through till 6 o'clock each evening. But the good thing is I very rarely work in the evenings and at the weekends. I might only choose to do this when it's a particularly busy time at school, or if I'm bored in front of the telly and want to do a little bit more. But here is a few tips to save your evenings and your weekends. And the big tip is marking parties. Marking is the one thing that keeps you late at school. It makes you take big bags home like a donkey, and you end up spending your weekends begrudging Sunday because you know you've got a pile of marking. So start marking parties. I know it sounds really silly, but I always used to mark through my break time and my lunch time. I know it's really important to get a break, so that's why inviting colleagues that you get on well with to mark with you. We used to take it in turns, my colleague and I, to mark in his classroom or my classroom, and each lunchtime we would bring a set of books to each other and we would mark. This is really good for helping keep consistency across year groups because you can discuss the level of detail you're going to mark in, but it also means that you are going to get at least a set done at lunchtime, which will save you that extra set after school. Now, the other tip to marking is have a pen constantly glued to your hand. Every time you are working with a group, mark in their book anything that you are doing. It's going to make marking their work an awful lot easier later on if you've already done half the work. Equally, when you're walking around the classroom, mark as much as you can every time you stop to talk to a child. Make sure you're keeping in line with your school policy, but this again will save you time at the end of the day if the book has already got marks on it. My other final tip for marking, if you're anything like me, paperwork is not going to be your friend. Anything that was on paper or a loose worksheet used to go into my bag, and then a week later I'd find it unmarked. A week became 2 weeks, and then it becomes an irrelevant piece of work because they haven't had any feedback. I tend to always get children to either stick it in the book straight away so that I can mark it, or if it was in a folder, if that's where it was finally going to go, I used to get them to file it unmarked when they'd finished it, and then I would take in the files and mark them, because that way I would treat it like a book at the end of the day and make sure it went back to them straight away. If you make a little rule to yourself that a child will never get a book back unmarked, it will help you keep on top of your marking, because you will plan activities that allow you not to work in the books every day if you know that they're not fully marked and up to date, and it also gives you a chance to get those sets of books marked in quality each time you actually do work in them. Good luck, and make sure you save yourself some time in the evenings. It's really important to switch off. Please subscribe below or comment if I can give you any other tips. Thank you very much.